Welcome to another episode of The Fit Frequency. I'm your host, Doug Wattenshade, here with Billy Big Quad, long-time member, long-time friend, Bill Kelley. Bill, how are you?
Big dog.
Big That was a good one. So I've known Bill for probably about as long as I have been a member at Delaware Fit Factory.
Yeah.
So way back when, even before I started coaching, and I remember the first CrossFit competition I ever did, you were my judge.
Yeah.
And most people would be like, I'm going to go ahead and put a parental advisory sticker on this episode right from the get-go. Most people, the way that you were being my judge would be like, fuck this guy. You literally were telling me like every fifth squat, like, come on, do it right. You got to stand all the way up. Let's go. Do it right. And I was like, hell yeah, I like this guy.
9 years later, I think 10 years later, I don't think I'd behave that same way. Watching you do these opens, and I didn't know you, so
Just
you're going to do
me
them
have
right.
it. Yeah. Awesome. So tell the people, how did you get started? Maybe not so much within CrossFit, but just your fitness journey. We're about the same age, so it was several years ago. So look way back into your brain.
Yep.
When did you get started with working out?
I've always been a sports guy first, so it was always I played basketball, and that was my exercise. Eventually, you run out of places to play basketball. Because we're grown men now. Or
Did basketball courts expire?
the places you can go and the people you can play with change. So I was being pretty selective on who I'd want to play basketball with for fear of getting hurt, which, spoiler alert, I got hurt anyway. But then I figured at some point in my life I need to start exercising. And I did kind of like the Y, the LA Fitness. I think I was a member at like the Dublin Rec Center for a little bit, and not for me. Like I can't motivate myself enough, nor know what to do to stay interested long enough. So that was on and off probably for 10, 15 years. Just I'd join a gym, work out for a couple months, quit, and just start over again.
Kind of a common thing for not just many of us here, but like many people everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what you're doing, and that's normal. I tell people that come in to like inquire about the gym all the time, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, well, you're an accountant. You should be really good at tax strategy and like bookkeeping.
Right.
You should not be really good at like hinging and which type of squat is best for this, that, and the other. Like, that's my job.
Yeah, I mean, I can only go and do so many lat pull downs before I get tired.
False. The limit does not exist.
Right. But from there, Jamie and I joined a CrossFit gym in Dublin. Small, like upstart guy, young college graduate. I don't think he had more than 25-pound plates. It was in like a indoor soccer warehouse, but on the side, and just had like a nice small area. Had some rig space, and like I said, nothing heavier than probably didn't even have a 50-pound dumbbell. But that was it. It was like there was a small handful of us that went, like class sizes. We went in the morning, probably 5 to 8 people every day. And then we left Dublin and moved to Delaware. And I think I tried the Y again. Tried to do anything but join Delaware Fit Factory, and finally just did it. And that's probably been 9-10 years now. And here we are.
Here we are.
And here we are.
Awesome. Very cool. So I can't remember if I gave the one detail from when you were my judge, but one thing that also sticks out, like, yes, you were holding me accountable and having me do the reps the right way, which was absolutely awesome. You were also there and not working out, but participating in a gym event, and you had your foot in a boot.
Yeah.
And that, just stood out to me as somebody who maybe, like, a little bit yes, like, oh, Bill likes to be at the gym. Like, I've never met this guy before, but he clearly likes to be at the gym, even when he's, injured in some capacity. He's probably working on ways to make himself better in other ways. But then that also spoke a lot to, like, the community that I was still very new to, and just the culture of CrossFit. So tell us a little bit about the boot. Why were you in the boot? How did you get through the boot, out of the boot, and then what? All that stuff.
Yeah. Torn Achilles. So I think we're 8+ years past now. Like I said, playing basketball. Simple as I caught the ball at half court and went to dribble, like just move forward, and it just snapped.
Don't move forward.
Don't try to run. And then, it's a pretty brutal injury. I think I was in a hard cast for a couple weeks and then boot for another couple months. And then from there, you have limited mobility, range of mobility. But I had already been doing CrossFit then for probably a year or so, I want to say, and had developed kind of that community aspect into Delaware Fit Factory. It's like you said, there's no reason for me to stop going. And I think we talked about before we went live, was I'd like to go and still do stuff, like stay active. Having gone from CrossFit class 5 or 6 days a week to nothing, it's tough. So going and doing calf raises or strict pull-ups or single leg squats kind of helped through the rehab. And then we could expand on that as I rehabbed and gained some flexibility and mobility back.
Cool. And that's not something that was like that specific. And I don't want to paint you as somebody that's injury prone or you've lived your life and there are setbacks. So anybody there's an inherent risk with anything. You could go for a walk and then trip on the sidewalk and you break your ankle.
Yeah.
You've had there was, I don't know if it was a quad strain or an injury when showing off, trying to record a video to send me of him dunking a basketball. Yep. And then a recent ski mishap. You had to get like a minor knee surgery, but you've been able to like do the same thing.
The safest place I've been has been in the gym. Like I've stayed relatively CrossFit injury free for 9 or 10 years now. Everything has been playing basketball was Achilles. You mentioned I went to dunk a basketball and my quad just seized up on me. Tore my meniscus last year, 2 years ago. Not a cool ski story, but trying to stand up with skis on.
Make it a cool ski story. You fell off a cliff. And
saved my son from a grizzly bear attack. Tore my meniscus in the meantime. But with that being said, I've always then migrated back here because it's, like I said, I've been safe here. Like coaches, you've made it a place where we focus on technique more than anything. Sure, we lift heavy, but we try to make sure we're in the right spot before we throw 265 on a bar and try to clean it, right? Try.
It's an interesting number. Interesting number. I failed that. Well, actually, I failed 255 the other day. So, no, but I do remember you coming back after your recent ski injury and the knee surgery, and we're in the middle of like a heavy back squat cycle. This one specifically was like, we're going to put as much strength into your legs before the open comes around. And it was like, okay, today we're doing 5 sets of 3 at, somewhere between like 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max. And sometimes people that are new get a little overwhelmed. They're like, I don't know what that means. So we have like, I don't want to say modifications ready, but it's essentially like, hey, let's build up to something that's challenging for so many reps. And then we're going to repeat that, maybe go up a little bit. But then we have kind of the same approach with you. Like you walk in the door and the coach is like, how's the knee feeling today? How does the depth feel during the warm up and all that? And we appreciate that, like, I mean, all the coaches know in here that like when you're at your best, there's gonna be 3 big wheels on the plate for some of your lifts, and for you to just be like, I'm here to maybe try to go full range of motion today instead of 295 pounds, it's
Right.
95 pounds.
Yep.
And then other little things we've seen, you able to kind of like pull yourself back with maybe some of the more like fast explosive movements, and then you switch it up to something that's looks a little bit more PT, like physical therapy, and you're able to mix that into the CrossFit workouts, which is again stuff that maybe we try to get newer people, or if there's limitations and all that. So it's cool to see you continue to, just like I said, back when you had your Achilles injury, you're finding ways to incorporate that into your workouts and still get to the gym, and you're still doing that today with some of whatever setback pops up.
Yeah, it's like at this point in my life and CrossFit career, I'm just trying to continue on, like just move forward. It's like with my knee, and I think some people might need help in this aspect. Like, how do I manage after an injury? Like with my knee, running doesn't feel great. So I try to balance that out. I'll run every other workout. Like if there's a running workout, I'll skip one, do the next one. If it's one of Jess's like 3 mile plus wall balls plus Bulgarian split squats, I'll probably skip that one. But just knowing how to manage or scale these workouts and I mean, I'm probably a little spoiled being here 9-10 years. I've kind of been through it all. I kind of understand how to do all that. So those that are new, try not to rush back too quickly from injury. Like, take your time. This is a long game we're playing. Just take your time and get strong again before you jump right back into those 295-pound squats.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. We definitely want to challenge you. We want you to be better every day. But sometimes that does mean like getting rest. So like we all know that there's those people here that like to be here 8 days a week, doing 2 days, all that stuff. Sometimes to get better, you actually need to take a rest day,
right.
or you need to do the physical therapy that Brett has told you to do, right?
Yes.
And it is a long game, and we talk a lot about that with nutrition. Like, don't cut yourself down to 200 or 300 calories and drop a tremendous amount of weight, because it's going to come right back up when you come back from an injury. Definitely don't look at your previous 1 rep maxes and try to go off of that. Like, you got to listen to your body for several weeks, maybe even several months. So that's a really good, like I said, you hit the nail on the head. This is a long game. Mm-hmm. We want everybody to be in our legends class with the seniors class. We want everybody there at a certain point, not just like people that are starting later in life.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wheel me out of this place, Doug.
Good. Good. So you had kind of you touched on it a little bit. You're like, at my point at this point in my life. So what is it like being a dad of 3? Did you just get a promotion? You and Jamie? There's a lot of success, career success between you and Jamie. And just what's it like being, I don't want to say a normal guy, but like you got a career, you got a family, and you're still able to make this whole CrossFit and fitness thing a priority. So how has that been as your life has changed?
Yeah, I think you need to rebalance like your priorities and your goals. Like you said, it's about making it a priority. I've kind of been through all stages from when Jack was born 8 years ago. Then we had Marty with 2, and now Ellis with 3. Like when I started CrossFit, it was about learning new skills and trying to build up my kind of CrossFit endurance. And then I got to a point where it's like, I feel pretty good about all my CrossFit skills. Now I want to kind of ramp up like the weightlifting, and we kind of had our a couple of years where we were competing against each other and using each other as benchmarks, and I think that was a good phase as well. And then now that life's kind of getting busier, like you said, I've taken my foot off the metaphorical gas a little bit. Like I'm not focused so much on trying to 1 rep as much as I'd like to, but really now it's like my goal is a little more vague. Like I just want to be here. Like I might not squat 300 pounds today, but I attempted 225 for multiple reps. Like I've checked that box, my just be here box, rather than like, one rep max clean, and did I get muscle ups this time? Like it's less boxes, but just one more vague, just show up box.
Yeah, you've more or less like you've moved the goalpost, but in a different way. You're not making things harder because you've reached this. Now it's time to go heavier. It's time to go more complex. You're actually like, no, I'm just making this like about my health and longevity. So I'm moving the goalpost really close.
Yep. And my fitness hasn't like my top lifts probably have gone down, sure, but my fitness has probably gone up a little bit even. Like I PR'd Annie this year. I PR'd Fran last year. Like in my 9th, 10th year of doing CrossFit while scaling down my activity level, I'm still seeing progress, which is just like you show up, you do the work, you'll see.
Yeah, it's more is not always more in the long run. I think like this is a whole nother can of worms, maybe another episode in the future, but there can actually be diminished returns when you do have that competitive mindset.
Yeah.
So you look at the big names, Matt Fraser, Rich Froning, and like this specifically entered my mind, hearing Noah Olson talk about it, that like you can push yourself so hard that like your training age, if you're 30 years old, like your biological age is 30, you might actually be like 45 or 50.
Right.
You know, both your knees hurt. Like to sit down in a chair when you're 30 years old, you're absolutely overdoing it. So finding that mindset where you got to like switch from no longer doing things for a competitive manner and just if it feels good, cool. If it doesn't feel good, you're still checking that box. No guilt associated with it.
Yeah, and like going back to like how do I manage? You know, with 3 kids, a job that's just fluid in nature. Like I travel for work 1 year and then I don't have to travel for work at all the next year. But having a partner that buys in to your priorities helps. So just shout out Jamie. she's bought in these 9-10 years with CrossFit and has since started herself out with an injury right now. But having a partner that buys into, I mean, your hobby, like this is a hobby, right? It's technically a hobby. Having a partner that buys into a hobby, I think is super important, because obviously with kids, multiple kids, that might make things harder for her in the mornings, or if she goes in the mornings and I have to handle daycare drop off and pack lunches, and but just understanding each other's priorities, and then work. Like I mean, I'm here multiple times during the day. I could have meetings all day and have to come at 4:30 or 5:45, or I'm here at lunch most days, 9:30 when I can. And that, I mean, spoiled there as well. Like having a flexible corporate job certainly helps too. I know not everyone's blessed in that way where they have to come at 4:30 or 5:45 every day, or 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. and just your day is like working out at 5:45 and 5 a.m. Like, credit to those folks.
Yes, a different breed.
Yes.
Yeah. But one thing, I actually just had an Instagram reel this morning because it's something that comes up quite often, is I just can't find time. I'm too busy. Well, you've got 3 kids, one of which who's like this big. So, right. I mean, she's a little bigger. You gotta make it a priority.
Yeah.
And it's definitely helpful to have a support system, but also being able to set boundaries and I guess, not to overuse the word, make it a priority.
Yep.
Set it like a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment or the team's meeting or something. Like, get it on your calendar. I'm not doing anything for anybody else from 12 to 1.
Yep.
This is me time, which, pays, dividends way in the future, that like you're going to live a healthy, long lifestyle because you're not sitting at the desk through your lunch break or just constantly working for everybody else. You do get some me time in there.
Yeah. You had Dylan on your Instagram feed recently. He said the same thing, like just being able to break up your day and come in and work out. Like feels so much better the afternoon. Now waking up this morning and waking up at 5 to come at 6 a.m. this morning, I'm already a little tired, but it's not part of my routine. coming during the day, breaking up the work day, like being able to shut the computer for a little bit feels good.
Yeah, sometimes that's like the most rewarding thing is closing the laptop.
Yep, like going red on Teams, ignoring Teams messages for a little bit. No one from Cardinal Health, pay attention to this. We have a handful.
We're not that big yet.
Ethan, Nate, there's a handful
in here.
Oh yeah,
Ethan's gonna come in and reprimand you at the same noon class. He's gonna be in working out right next.
Yeah, Jamie, call her the CEO. So we got to be careful.
CEO in many aspects of your life.
Yes.
So you had, and we gotta do our due diligence, because somebody out there that's gonna listen to this wants to call you out for ways that you scale workouts.
Okay.
Just because
let's hear it.
we've been
Jess?
close for so well. I mean, it could be Jess. We've been close for so long. We know what to expect when you show up for a wall ball workout or a rope climb workout or a wall walk workout.
Yep.
What are some of your go-to ways? And it's of course it's all in good fun, because you definitely meet the stimulus with what you do, and it doesn't cause injury because like you're being smart about it. So we'll go with those three right out of the gate. With a wall ball workout that says I don't know, maybe in total 150 wall balls, how many are you gonna do?
Stop programming Karen, number one. So I decided to scale Karen's 150 wall balls. We did this at the old gym probably 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know how long 4 years ago, let's say. And I couldn't walk for 5 days. So ever since then, I've decided I'm never doing 150 wall balls again. Now, like, what's the limit, right? So, like, I don't really want to do 130 either. So
you don't want to stop at 149?
No. What if I'm that sore at 130? I don't know. So I try to err on the side of doing less, because we are all people that live lives. I like to be able to walk the next day.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like, as I'm getting older, that's kind of been a strategy for me in working out, is like looking at a workout, how sore will I be for days? Like if I'm just sore the next day, that's fine. But if this workout looks like I'm going to be sore for 3 days, I'm probably going to scale a little bit.
Yeah, and that's good. We tell some people that are really, really nervous, like our goal as coaches, then of course like whether our advice and all of that is applied, we want you to leave with like enough energy left in the tank to do your gardening or to like take your dog for a walk and come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of us that get really excited for workouts maybe still like to scratch that competitive itch. We will find the pain cave probably more often than we should. But that's a great strategy.
Like what's the point of all this if in the middle of the night someone breaks into your house and you can't get up and run? Like then we're in trouble. Like I'm not fit then. I'm just sore.
You just give them the big hey.
Yeah. Hold on. Just really grinding in that railing going down the stairs.
Yeah.
But those other like wall walks, like you said, I feel like I meet the stimulus just doing partial wall walks. I'm exhausted doing those anyway. Like if it's a low rep wall walk workout, I might do a couple. I can do them.
But if it's 150 wall walks,
I'm not doing that.
You're smart. You know what it is that the workout's trying to accomplish. You get there.
Yeah.
And you don't go too much farther than that. Rope climbs.
Oh, it's just I'm a grown ass man. I don't know. I'm not. I get a little nervous. I get a little nervous coming down, and like I don't know if my foot placement has always been the best. So I'm always slipping and falling, and I always like to do one in warm-ups just to show myself that I can still do a rope climb, and then that's it. I'll do strict pull-ups.
I think the fact, like, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. You're proving that you can still do it. If somebody breaks into your house in the middle of the night, you need to climb a 15-foot rope to get them. Right. You can still do it.
Yes.
Yeah. What else is out there that maybe I'm forgetting? Is there anything where you're just like, maybe back in my prime, but like now, here's some things I'd much rather do.
Today's workout, pistols. First part of today's workout, pistols, and part of it's. Like, if I could do pistols, I think I'd like them. But part of that's, like, injury management again. Like, I don't have the ankle mobility in my right because of my Achilles. And then doesn't feel good on my left knee because of my meniscus. So I did some reverse lunges I did some box step downs. I did some shrimp squats, and still felt like I got a good workout out of it.
Yeah, and that's great. There's a ton of members here that they're not able to do a pistol squat or a single leg squat because of some sort of limitation, or maybe they're new in their fitness journey, or they just don't want to.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
what is the pistol squat? It's more or less like it's unilateral training. So we're doing the squat, but on one side. So there's also like a lot of the balance, like stability muscles that we don't get when you have 2 feet on the ground. And there's so many ways to train that. It could be the simple lunge. It, like you said, a step up or like a step down with tempo. The pistol squat's just kind of a fun variation.
Yeah. Yep.
So like gone are the days, or I don't know, maybe there are still gyms out there that are like this where it's like you're going to do it or leave.
Right.
We definitely don't want that. So you're doing your thing. I looked out at 9:30. I think we had could be 18 to 20 people in class, and there might have been 16 different versions of what's going on.
Yep.
Different versions of the pistol squat, and also just some people doing lunges, some people doing box step.
Well, you look at the programming in our app or on the screen, and it's not like EMOM whatever pistol squats. It's EMOM whatever. Here's every variation you can do for pistol squats, and pistol squats is at the very bottom if that's where you decide to go. But you can stop at lunges. You can stop at box step downs. You can do shrimp squats.
Yeah.
You can do aided pistol squats. It's not one size fits all here.
It's all sizes fit into one gym. I hope AI cuts that out.
Jim Halpert, the camera on that one.
I said it at the beginning. Billy Big Quad.
Yeah.
Where'd this come from?
Our dear friend Jessica just has a way with words. Like I don't know. I honestly don't know. Just one day.
Does it have anything to do with the bike and hill sprint workout that we did?
Yeah, shoot, fudge. Yes. I was sorry. Yes. Is that the origin of it?
Maybe.
Or the photo that was taken there back in my day when Doug and I used to participate in CrossFit competitions together. We went down to summer games down at what's it called?
Down at Fit Club when Kelsey was running the show.
Yep, down in Columbus. And there was a workout where I think it was 50 calories on the bike, just
a stupid amount of calories before you do something else.
So 50 calories on a bike just as hard as you can. And then you have to run up a hill. And my legs decided to not work. Imagine running up a hill with straight legs. Impossible. You
look like a South Park character.
Right. And then even worse, coming down the hill with straight legs. But it was just, and I think there was a picture that was, my mother was there. She took a picture of me at the top of the hill, and my shorts are just riding all the way up, and sick bike pump on my quads.
I mean, the quads your quads were quadding, and I think that's where it came from.
Yeah. But that was, I think, my last CrossFit competition. I've since, my jersey's in the rafters, retired. Those were fun days, though.
Yes. Yeah.
That was, again, a stage.
I'm 100% going to try to rope you into Fit Fest again this year.
Are they still doing it?
I guess. What is there anything in maybe say in the NBA where they bring in retirees like Michael Jordan might participate?
Like the celebrity game at the All-Star weekend.
That's kind of how we treat Fit Fest.
Well, if they
now. We still do Fit Fest, but we join the participate division.
Very first workout of Fit Fest was a ski and mile run, right? Or bench.
That was Summer Showdown.
Which one?
I don't know anymore. We've done too many.
There's something like a bench press and a ski and a mile run.
Oh, that was Summer Games.
Summer game.
That was the very first workout, and then the next one was the hill sprint.
Yes, yeah, but these are CrossFit competitions for me. We take off together, and you eventually leave me because. And I think this was like my mile PR, and I was still last by 300 yards.
In my defense, I was getting real mad at this guy that was slightly faster than us.
Well, you go. Well, we've had the credit to you. We have the understanding. You're not going to put too much pressure on me.
Yeah. It's for fun. And I try to tell people that all the time. They're like, I could never imagine doing a competition of any kind. Like, I try to tell people, like, the same mentality that you would have going to a concert or a music festival or even something like the Spartan race.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
Most of us are not going to win. We're going for the experience. We're going to have fun. So, yes, there's a competitive element to it, but there's also so many people that are there for a similar experience.
Yeah.
Just go and have fun. Meet people. High fives and fist bumps when you're outside of the normal four walls of your gym.
Yep.
Doing things slightly different, and just kind of like enjoy expressing your fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess we're gonna piggyback off of that, and we're just gonna go some rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire questions.
So if you're pausing to think, like you're already thinking too much.
Okay.
Favorite CrossFit movement?
Bar muscle up.
Least favorite CrossFit movement?
Thruster. Or, I mean, there's many. We've talked about them. Wall walks, rope climbs. Yeah.
So think outside of CrossFit, because you and I we've done a lot of stuff, like some bodybuilding stuff specifically. Like, is there anything that's not CrossFit related that would be your favorite movement?
Not CrossFit related, that would be my favorite movement. I've been doing CrossFit for 10 years. There's nothing outside of it.
Well, you said lat pull down earlier. I could do lat pull downs all day.
Just like let's call it the Bendariano, one of these tricep. He knows what I'm talking about.
The tricep extension. Okay. So let's think least favorite workout of all time. You can't say Karen because you already said that, but is there something that stands out in your mind like, I'm never doing that again?
I had a bad time this past Sunday. One of the High Rocks workouts.
Okay, so you're not an endurance athlete is what I mean.
Well, I come out of zone 2 far too quickly. Like, it's supposed to be zone 2 workout. It's kind of the guidance, and I don't last long in zone 2.
You just jump from 1 to 4. Yeah.
Other than that, there was a workout. Doug was coaching, and it was me and Abby, and it was rowing and burpees over the rower.
I remember this.
I had to quit. I quit after the first. It was like 21, 15, calories and burpees over the rower. It was at the old gym. And after, I think it was 3 rounds of that or something like that.
Yeah, rest for like again. 3 or 4 minutes. It was a good amount of rest, and then repeat, and then do it again. I remember.
Far too hard, and had to quit after the first round. So burpees. I don't know why I didn't say that. I don't like burpees.
Okay, well, so endurance. Maybe it's not that you're not an endurance athlete. Maybe you're not sure how to take your foot off the metaphorical gas pedal to be an endurance athlete. But let's go into that world. Triathlon. Would you rather run, bike, or swim?
Probably bike. I remember Doug and I have done a triathlon before, mini, like a sprint triathlon, and there was like a 200-yard swim, right? And
it seemed like a 2-mile swim.
In Delaware State Park. I think I could touch in the lake. So I was walking. I was walking and acting like I was swimming the entire time. So probably bike. Swimming, just I don't want to drown.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Nobody does. Yeah.
Not an endurance athlete. I'll say that.
Awesome. Any goals for 2026? They can be performance. They can be not performance. Any boxes that you're trying to check?
We've talked about the boxes. There's one box. It's just show up.
Show up.
And a good way to measure that is the committed club, right? Like if I can be committed 14 days plus out of a month, I feel pretty good about that. That's my current mindset of with CrossFit right now is just show up.
Yeah.
Be here.
That's a good number too. 14, that means that you're coming more days than not if we just consider weekdays. So 14 is a great number. That's we tell people that, minimum we want to see them in here is 3 days a week.
Yep.
So if they can get four days every other week, they're going above and beyond, and they're going to see results. So I like that. Just show up.
Yep.
Just show up. Okay, final question, and then we'll wrap up and get you out of here and back to work so Ethan doesn't yell at you. Let's say we've got somebody, they want to join, or they know they need to make a lifestyle change, whatever their reasoning might be, but they're a little intimidated or they're self-conscious or whatever. They have not clicked the button on our website. They haven't sent us a text or called or even walked in the door.
Yep.
What kind of advice do you have for them?
That's kind of been the theme of our conversation today. It's like, it's not one size fits all. Like, I think your Instagram, does a really good job of showing that. Like, all walks of life are in here doing everything. And we've taught you can scale anything. If you want to come in and be that competitive athlete, there's room for that. If you want to come in here and scale most things, which probably from the start is important, and understanding the movements and all that fun stuff, there's room for that. If you just want to come in and be here for 59 minutes and then leave and not talk to anybody, there's room for that too. Like, CrossFit has a lot of, I think, there's perceptions around CrossFit being like the super social, people call it cult-like, right? It can be, but it doesn't have to be either. Like I said, you can be here, not talk to a single soul, and leave and go about your day, and no one will care. You can come in here and talk to everybody, be as social as possible, and no one will care. It's not one size fits all. You'll meet people, you won't. It's whatever you make it out to be. So I would say just give it a shot. And then once you do join, I did have a little piece of advice here. Focus on, yes, you're going to be here for an hour focusing on things here, but like outside of the gym, focus on things to make it worthwhile, like nutrition, getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, going outside for a little bit, managing your stress, whatever it may be. But those things will carry over into the gym, I think, help you see quicker progress. You'll stick to it because you're seeing progress. So don't just focus on, deadlift form. Focus on sleeping in a comfortable bed for 9 hours.
Yeah, definitely do your best not to sabotage yourself for the 23 hours.
Exactly.
Like, create some momentum with the deadlifts that you're doing in here, and then go out and eat some good food, and then get some sleep, come back to the gym, and then they compound.
But then also balance. Like, that's the other part of it too, right? Like, we can say, do all this.
Part of stress management,
yes.
Right?
But then you burn out, right? So then also go have a pizza on the weekend and drink a beer. And if you go on vacation, we have a notorious vacation exerciser here. I am the exact opposite. I go on vacation and I try not to work out. I'll sometimes bring a kettlebell and a jump rope, and they stay in my truck.
They stay in the car.
They stay in my truck. But if you want to work out on vacation, do that too. It's, again, what works for you.
Yeah. And I guess last thing that I'll say is what works for you. So, like you mentioned, you can be a super competitive athlete. You can be somebody that's brand new to fitness and just needs to move their body. What works with you? So what works with you within the gym? What works with you outside of the gym? Don't think that you need to have a bodybuilder's spreadsheet for weighing and measuring your food. Like, did you eat a vegetable today? Like, just once? Cool. Then try to do that again tomorrow.
Yep. But you can't find out what works for you unless you show up.
Yeah. Show up.
Show up.
Show up. So with that, Bill, thank you.
Yes. This is fun.
Yes, it's been a great time. Listeners, you know where to find us all over the social media at Delaware Fit Factory. Bill, what's your social media so people can start getting into your DMs?
I don't even know.
I don't even know either. All right, at Delaware Fit Factory, Instagram and Facebook. If you are really interested in trying out the gym, go to our website, DelawareFitFactory.com. Click the Join Now button in the top right. Schedule a meeting with me. We call it a no sweat intro. You can show up, no sweat. We're just going to chit chat. If you want to do a quick bike sprint and air squat workout, cool. We'll do that too. And we'll talk about all the options.
That would be a sweat intro.
A sweat intro, yes. Until next time, make sure that you eat better, sleep better, can train better, so that you can be better every day and show up.
Big dog.